In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use EFT to get relief from resentment so that you are less stressed and happier in your life. My name is Stefan Gonick. I'm an expert EFT practitioner and trainer from EFTalive.com. So first of all, what is resentment? Because a lot of people don't really understand what resentment is because it's not a simple emotion. It's more of a situation. In a nutshell, resentment is powerless, unexpressed anger that we sit on for a long time. This happens when we feel powerless to express our anger in a given situation. Now, this may be because we are afraid of the other person's reaction in that situation, or maybe because we generally feel powerless in relation to the other person. For instance, like a boss, a coworker, a parent, or our partner. And the end result is that we are left with this sort of simmering anger inside of us that's like an acid which eats away at our soul and can cause a lot of stress and misery. So how do you heal resentment with EFT? The key is that we need to get the simmering anger outside of our body, which we do by expressing it in a safe, healthy way. So how do you do that? So you do this by imagining that the person you feel resentment towards is standing in front of you. And then you start tapping and expressing your unexpressed anger to the other person out loud by saying, "You did X, Y, and Z, and that's not okay." You see, healthy anger involves assertively standing up for ourselves and expressing a boundary, which is what saying you did X, Y, and Z, and that's not okay is about. So the X, Y, and Z part is the thing they did, whatever it is. And then you end with, and that's not okay, which is where you're expressing the boundary. And then you keep tapping and expressing the anger in this healthy way until you feel satisfied, at which point you'll feel much lighter and more empowered. Now, when possible, the next step is to take action in real life, if possible. So taking action usually means saying something to the person you feel resentment towards, telling them how you feel, and often expressing a boundary, which means either asking them to stop doing what they're doing or to change what they're doing. Now, you'll feel better even if you don't take action, but you'll feel the best if you do because then you'll feel much stronger. If taking action is scary, you can tap on that fear. So what you do is you imagine talking to the person in real life and then tapping in all the fears that come up until you feel able to actually talk to that person. Now, in the case of a boss, you may feel like you don't have an option to take action, but you may be surprised. So for instance, a lot of bosses will make unreasonable requests of their employees. And then lots of times people feel unable to stand up for themselves and have a boundary because they're afraid of negative consequences like losing their job or not getting promotion or things like that. So they'll just kind of go along with whatever the boss asks them to do, feeling this sort of simmering resentment inside, right? That's one of the things, that's what we're talking about with resentment. But let me give you an alternate example. When you get to a place where you feel empowered, you'll maybe be surprised at how much you can stand up for yourself. So the example I have is that I have a master's degree in computer science, and I used to do a lot of computer work. And at one point, I was working for this boss, and he came up to me Friday afternoon, and he said, "Stefan, I have a small project for you." And I said, "Sure, what do you need?" So he described a project that would probably take about 4 or 5 hours to do. And I said, "Okay, no problem, be happy to do it. When do you need it by?" And he said, "Monday morning." So, and this is Friday afternoon, right? So Friday afternoon, in order to get it done by Monday morning, I would have to come in over the weekend, right? That was the only way I could do what he wanted. Now, a lot of people just kind of grumble and feel resentment and just do it anyway and come in. But what I did is I said to him, and I said, "You know, when I'm here during the week, I do my absolute best work for you, but I'm sorry I'm not willing to work evenings and weekends." And he just sort of stared at me for a minute, and then he went, "Okay, I can respect that." And then he never asked me to do that kind of thing again for the rest of all that time I was there, and I was there for 10 years. So it can be possible to stand up for yourself lots of times, even when you think you can't. You may actually be able to. Now, if you're in a situation with a boss, for instance, where you're really truly not in a position to say anything and stand up for yourself, then the solution might be long-term job planning, like, I'm going to start applying for another job if there's a lot of negative stuff by this boss, or you can transfer into another department, things like that. So there's still action you can take, and it's getting out of feeling powerless that's important. It's not necessarily being able to say something to the person. It's that Resentment is all about powerlessness. So if you start applying for other departments in the company, that will help you not feel powerless because you're taking action. Or if you start job hunting, same thing. So lots of times there is some kind of action you can take which really addresses that feeling of powerlessness. Now, even if you're not able to take action in real life, you'll still feel much better just from having done that tapping where we imagined, standing up to that person. It makes a huge difference in any case. Now, if you tend to feel resentment a lot in your life, this usually represents a bigger issue of feeling powerless at a deep level, so that you keep feeling unable to stand for yourself in different situations. Now, the good news is that this is very healable using EFT to address the root cause memories that caused you to feel so disempowered originally as a child. And once you do that, it's such an amazing experience to do this healing and end up feeling so much stronger and more confident, able to stand up for yourself when you need to. It makes such a huge impact on your life. Now, if you'd like help with this, feel free to contact me through my website at eftalive.com and set up a free 20-minute discovery session to talk about it. Now, if you found this video helpful, it would really help me and other people to find the video if you take a quick second to like it. Also, go to my website at eftalive.com to get my free ebook, Change Your Beliefs, Change Your Life, using the magic of EFT, where you'll learn how to use EFT to change the negative beliefs that are holding you back in your life. Also, subscribe to my channel to get my latest EFT videos, and keep tapping, and I'll see you on the next video.